All right, y'all, let's take a look at this video here. This one went kind of viral. I saw it all over my Twitter account. Joe Biden gets mad at a TikTok star during a White House influencer party. By the way, the fact that this thing exists, White House influencer party, God, this is a new low, bro. This is a new low for the state of the country, the state of the world. I mean, this is embarrassing. White House influencer party. Jesus Christ. And this guy says Biden threatens to throw this guy's phone, this TikTok star's phone, before aides intervene. All right, let's see. Let's see what goes on here.
And I know you're a typical press guy. You're grabbing me in front of this all this.
You're a typical press guy. You're grabbing me in front of what?
And I know you're a typical press guy. You're grabbing me in front of this all this. And I trust you as far as I throw your phone. I have a good arm, man.
I missed the part in the middle, but he says, I trust you as far as I can throw your phone. I have a good arm, man. You're a typical press guy. I think he's saying something like, you got the camera on me, I think. Paraphrasing. And he says, I trust you about as far as I can throw your phone. You have a good arm, man. Again, one more time.
And I know you're a typical press guy. You're grabbing me in front of this all this. And I trust you as far as I throw your phone. I have a good arm, man. I'm sure you can. I can throw it a long way. But my point is this. Yes. I have made...
That was a uncomfortable pause. That was such a long pause. Jesus.
Is this? Yes. I have made very clear to the Israelis what they have to do in the near term. If they don't, what's going to happen?
So what's going to happen? Is the U.S. going to cut off funding?
I came because usually you tell me I have a nice suit and you didn't comment on my suit today, so I don't feel a little offended.
No.
Thank you. Can you sit back in, sir, please? Thank you.
So he asked him some question about Israel, of seemingly off camera, right? And then Biden says, I've made clear to the Israelis what they have to do and what's going to happen if they don't. And he goes, well, what's going to happen? Are you going to cut off funding? And then Biden goes dead silent. He goes full quiet. And then the guy gets kicked out. Holy shit. All right, one more time. Here, I'll speed it up to 1.25 this time.
And I know you're a typical press guy. You're grabbing me in front of this all this. And I trust you as far as I throw your phone. I have a good arm, man. I'm sure you can. I can throw it a long way. But my point is this. Yes. I have made very clear to the Israelis what they have to do in the near term. If they don't, what's going to happen?
What's going to happen? Is the U.S. going to cut off funding?
He says, what's going to happen if the Israelis defy you? And he says, a lot. And then this guy asks, are you going to cut off the weapons?
I can't.
Is the U.S. going to cut off funding?
I can't.
No, he says, are you going to cut off funding?
Because usually you tell me I have a nice suit and you didn't comment on my suit today, so I don't feel a little offended. No. Thank you. Can you sit back in, sir, please? Thank you.
And they kick him out. Holy shit. Look, man. Oh, my God. He can't handle the most basic politician-y duty, right? That's so clear. Literally any politician, no matter how good or bad they are in a situation like this, the guy's asking the most simple, straightforward, hey, man, what's going on with Israel? They seem to be acting kind of crazy. What's your position on what they're doing, and how will you try to enforce it if they step out of line? Like, any politician can bullshit their way around that. Forget just, like, doing the right thing, which is what should happen. Cut off the money, cut off the weapons, sanction them, arrest the war criminals, etc. We know that's not going to happen. But at the very least, you can hit us with a good line of bullshit. He didn't even have that ability. He just is like a deer in headlights. God, he's so not ready for prime time. It makes you wonder, like, what are the actual dynamics behind the scenes? Is Biden stumbling and mumbling and pausing his way to create policy, and the other people are sycophantically going along with it and, like, continuing business as usual on the status quo? Or is there somebody in the chain of hierarchy who's like, nah, we're going to do this shit, and then they keep doing it? Because when you look at this, it's like, how can anybody look? Yeah, this is our leader. Go ahead, ask him. Dear leader, help us control our foreign policy. And this guy's sitting there eating ice cream, falling asleep on himself, wandering around the White House at midnight, like walking into walls and shit. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? So, look, most basic question ever, and everybody around him who bends over backwards to, like, try to protect him. It's just embarrassing. This is like Emperor has no clothes type shit, bro. Everybody sees through this. So, by the way, what's the correct answer if somebody asks you that question? The answer is, yeah, we're going to cut off the money. Yeah, we're going to cut off the weapons. Yeah, we're going to sanction them at the UN. Yeah, we're going to arrest the war criminals. Yeah, we're going to force peace onto the Israelis because they clearly don't want it. But we don't live in a world that makes sense. Isn't it crazy? All you have to do is look back to George H.W. Bush and Ronald Reagan for an actual lesson on how to handle stuff like this. When Israel was bombing Lebanon, Reagan called up the Israeli prime minister and says, it looks like what's going on there is a Holocaust. Cut it out. They stopped it immediately. George H.W. Bush said, look, you're not going to expand any settlements in the West Bank. And we're going to condition $10 billion of loan guarantees on that fact. If you expand illegal settlements at all, you're not getting that money. What do? They healed, right? Biden, who's in charge here? Who's in charge here? I think we all know who's in charge here. God, it's so embarrassing. And then you got the other guy in the race who's like, Biden is pro-Hamas and Biden is pro-terrorist and Biden has abandoned Israel. And then you got the third guy, polling in third, who's just as Zionist, if not more Zionist than both of these freaks. God, we live in hell, bro. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.